Yep. Ride it back.
I am so stoked.
We're Sid and Mackie, and we're professional mountain bikers on a quest to race the best and most challenging mountain bike races around the world. With 3 days of rugged riding and big climbs, this race, Moab Rocks, absolutely fits into that category, which I guess is why we keep coming back. On day 1, we both had some of our best results ever at this event, and we're pretty excited to build on that for day 2, which brings an entirely new course and one that we feel should suit us a little better than the long road climb on day 1, which is to say it's pretty much non-stop rocks. Indeed, we are in for a physical day where tactics come into play.
Didn't tactically play that smart.
And the slightest loss of focus can prove costly.
Cracked the GPS, cracked the GoPro, and cracked my chest harness.
Once again, we've got Coach Mike on support crew, and we'll also be joined by Lo and Joe, because suffering is just better with friends.
Whose butt is that? Whose butt is
That's Mackie's.
So hit subscribe and join us for a battle in the desert. As always, these videos are made possible by our patrons. You can find day 3's video on Patreon right now. Okay, let's get racing.
Here we go! Stage 2 of Moab Rocks.
I want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this video, Shocks Headphones. As you guys know, we love our Shocks headphones and we do wear them while we are racing. You will see us throughout this series wearing the Shocks headphones. We feel comfortable wearing Shocks headphones while racing because due to the bone conduction technology, you can still hear what is going on around you so you can interact with other racers, tell if someone needs to pass, have full conversations, as you will see happen multiple times throughout this video. Another thing we love about Shocks for racing and riding is this little button right here, which allows you to play, pause, and skip tracks. You can hit it easily with your gloves. This means if you are in a really high stress situation and you want no other distractions, you can pause your music and have it queued up and ready to go when you get to a part where you could really use some musical inspiration. For example, in this race, I did not have it turned on at the start because the start was very chaotic and I wanted to be fully focused on everything that was going on around me. So I just had my music queued up to a song that I really liked. And once we got into the meat of the racing, I hit the button and started playing. Today we are actually giving away 2 pairs of Shocks headphones, either Open Run Pro or Open Run Pro Mini. As you can see, those are the 2 sizes. To be entered in the giveaway, you have to be subscribed to our channel, subscribe to Shocks' channel. There'll be a link in the pinned comment, and you need to leave a comment telling us how you would use your Shocks. You do have to be in the US to be eligible for the giveaway.
I will say I felt a lot worse on day 2 of the stage race. I did have a dream, Joe. I had a dream that you were on a single speed yesterday, and I was like, oh, well, that's why he passed me on the steep section.
Oh, I'm not gonna eat your food.
How are you feeling?
More tired. My legs hurt. My back hurts. My face feels puffy. So great. I'm feeling great.
Stage racing is fun!
Do we sign up for this?
Oh, this is a clean version.
Put your what into it? One of the major advantages of racing with Shocks headphones is that when someone brings up really annoying songs during breakfast, you don't have to sing them to yourself for the entire 2 hours that you are racing.
Joe was asking if I was just going to play Baby Shark for the entire race.
Beautiful day in the desert. Today, we'll be racing at Bar M on a course that is mostly rocky single track and slick rock. It starts with a very punchy section on Circle O Trail before descending Killer B and climbing briefly on the bike path before diving back into more technical climbing on Deadman's and Long Branch trails, and finally finishing with a comparatively flowy section on the North 40. At only 20 miles and 2,300 feet of climbing, this stage really doesn't look too bad on paper, but looks can be deceiving.
Family and friends, riders of all ages, let's count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off you go! Stage 2 of Moab Rock is out on course!
Starting on the front row puts you in an interesting position in that you can somewhat control the pace of the race, at least for the first few minutes.
Oh, that's an awkward turn.
And since we knew the visibility would be bad for the main part of the pack on the initial dusty double track, the other guys on the front row and we all agreed to keep it chill for the first couple miles to decrease the likelihood of crashes happening behind us.
Following the brown line is harder when you're facing into the sun. I'm just gonna follow Joe.
Good old poop smear.
Sorry. So close.
Good.
Okay, well, hit the ground pretty hard back there. I think I'm okay, but my GPS and camera are kind of screwed, and my brake lever is really far down. Pretty rideable though, so I think instead of trying to fix it, I'll just deal. And we don't have any extended descent on this trail. What was that? Yeah. Yeah.
Objectively, I can realize that today was a fine day, a good day. I crashed. I wasn't hurt from it, but I do think that probably slowed me down some. Like, it's pretty hard when you hit the ground not to ride a little bit differently afterwards. And especially my right brake lever was like twisted way down, so I couldn't reach the lever as easily. Today was a hard day. I mean, the trails themselves I thought were great. Like, the course I thought was really cool. I got to ride with Carter, which was super fun. We rode together for basically the entire race. Tried not to let Jeff Kabush catch us, but he's so consistent and so strong. We had a bit of a gap, and he just worked his way back up to us. At the end, Carter and he sprinted around me on like the last dirt road. It didn't really matter. We all came in within like 2 seconds of each other. So it didn't really change the overall. I ended up 4th on the day with Jeff and Carter right ahead of me. And then Quentin really put in a big push and gained like a minute 40 on us. So yeah, I'm still 2nd overall, 13.1 seconds back. Very much within shooting distance.
As you can probably tell, I was way overextending myself here. There was truly no recovery on the entire middle of this course. It really felt like doing 50 VO2 intervals in a row. Having Amy and Hannah right on my tail was super motivating, and I kept thinking if I could just go a little faster, push a little harder, I might be able to create a gap. However, getting any sort of separation on a trail like this is pretty hard, as the speeds are very slow and trying to follow the dots takes a mental toll, especially if you're leading like I was. It felt like whenever I got a little bit of distance, something like this would happen.
Go this way.
And we would be right back together again.
Oh, you're so good in that stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, so well.
Still missed a couple turns there though.
Yeah, you have to keep your head up.
Yeah. Thanks. I didn't tactically play that smart. Thought I could lose them in there, instead I just showed them a really nice line for an hour. Yeah. I'm struggling a bit. But Joe and the girls right up there. And I'll close the gap. Oh, we got some pointers, that's good. Just didn't really tactically play that right, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's definitely some nice left. Not cracked, I just can't get back on there. Alright, stay focused. Focus. You got this. You got this. You're doing great. Got this. I don't want to climb anymore. That's it. You got this.
I want to take a moment here to point out this awesome example of positive self-talk. We all have moments when we're working really hard and just aren't doing as well as we'd like to. It's easy in these situations to get negative and start spiraling, which tends to make you perform even worse. But Sid is doing the opposite. She's acknowledging that maybe she made a mistake by leading through the tough middle section of the course, but instead of beating herself up, she's encouraging herself to keep pushing.
She of Sid and Mackie fame. So much is your race horse. Great job, Sid.
Oh man, you ladies had another gear there at the end. That was amazing.
You're so smooth with that rock.
I like dangled like 20 seconds off the back there for a while, just like trying to get back on, but I couldn't do it. Joe and the two of them, like every little punchy climb, I was looking down and seeing like 390 watts. Yeah. I did that for like 10 minutes and then I just could not.
Good, how are you?
So today felt better in my heart because it was compiled of a lot more things that I feel that I am better at. It had a smattering of still some gravel road sort of situations, which, how do I get better on that?
What do you got here?
We got a grilled cheese with a bunch of stuff added onto it.
Nice. Taking the sandwich up to a new level.
Mm-hmm.
I have a not grilled cheese or multiple not grilled cheeses with a lot of things on it.
It was inspired by Lo, who made the most beautiful grilled cheese. Look at that crust.
Now that is a beautifully crusted grilled cheese crust.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happened to my crash. Cracked the GPS. It still works though. And then cracked the lens on my GoPro, which fortunately we brought extras. and cracked my chest harness. Like, very broken. Fortunately, we also brought an extra one of those.
Oh man, that was a tough day of racing. Napped for like 40 minutes with the recovery leg, then got in bed for another 20 minutes. I feel pretty beat up. Like, I don't think I've ever been quite that destroyed by 2 hours of racing. Like, 2 hours is not very long. It was very, very hard 2 hours. And I feel wrecked. Overall, I'm super happy with how that went. I really, really wanted to stay with those girls and Joe at the end, and I just did not have it. Every time I looked down, every little punchy thing, I was doing like 380, 390 watts, and I had nothing. I mean, I guess I had 390 watts, which is pretty good. It just was not enough. I didn't give up. I kept going really hard until the finish, but I just was like moving backwards. I think that's the thing with bike racing, is you always want more. And that's just part of it. Like, you want to be faster no matter how fast you are. If you stop wanting that, then that takes a little bit of the fun out of it. So I'm really happy. I've definitely shown some good improvements over last year, just like with the people that I'm able to stay with and race with. So I'm really, really happy with that. Also just a little bummed that I feel like I didn't play my cards totally right. It's time to go eat more food.
We had chicken tortilla soup and rice and corn chips. And lots of toppings. We all ate too much.
And we all ate it too fast to actually show anything.
Wait, a little bit.
Oh wait, there you go. You can see a little bit of Mike's. Killed the entire bag of tortilla chips in one sitting.
Stage racing is super healthy.
I feel sick constantly. Constantly. As soon as I feel not sick, I eat something else.
Strategy discussion for tomorrow, because you're like both in places that you could move up or down. Actually, Sid's not in a place to move down. Like, she would have to have something. Anything can happen. Anything could happen, but it would have to be catastrophic. For you, it's a little more complicated. Like, you and Jeff and Carter all need to work together to keep Quentin from getting away. You need to find a place to attack Jeff and get and hold 13 seconds. And you probably have to do it on your own or with Carter. Like, if you're still with Jeff at the last climb, like, then you just have to go for it.
So you're not saying I should just go out as hard as I can from the get-go?
Definitely not. Just play the game a little bit tomorrow. Let Jeff think you're a little tired. I don't know if he'll fall for it, because he is pretty sad. But it's worth a shot.
It's worth a try.
What's the game plan?
Still a sizable gap.
2.5 minutes.
Yep. But I think that's a risk worth taking.
Like, I don't know if I can stay with her on the climb. Well, I guess that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Don't be afraid to take risks tomorrow.
When should she go for it?
From the beginning.
All right, Mike, that was a suicide mission.
While we have some regrets about how today went,
Didn't really tactically play that right.
you know, that's just bike racing for you, and we can't ignore the fact that we've come a long way since just last year's race.
I like never saw any other women the entire time, which was kind of frustrating.
And there's still one more day to take some big risks and see what we can do.
13.2 seconds. I'm 13.1 seconds behind, so I need to get an extra 0.1 second just to like make sure.